What's up, Starcraft fans? Last time we did Phoenix with his Colossus and Warbringer. This time we'll do Dehaka. It turns out that Dehaka is also a massive unit. Glevig, Merver, and Dakron are also ground units, and his Tyrannozors and Ultralisks are all ground units, which are massive. And that's massive for Dehaka because all of them will count. So I'm expecting a pretty high score here. I'll go in as Devouring one so I can buff the Tyrannozors and stuff. And Mervar, who will turn into a Locust Printer. Check that out. I'll go with Devour buff duration so that the bus will be better. I'll go with Pack Eater active duration so that my Pack Eaters will be better and more available. And I'll go with Gene Mutation Chance. They're not the ones you see on here because this is the one I normally play with, but I'll go with Gene Mutation Chance this time so that my Tyrannozors will also be better. So let's once again go on missed opportunities. The one where we have to escort Statman's bots, and let's get right to it. We are once again on the Maguro map because we want the enemy to be Ground Protoss Classic, or not Classic, Ground Protoss, Masters and Machines, so it's the same across everyone. We can get right to the game. Alright, so my build order here will be geared toward rushing out Mervar's upgrade that allows him to shoot up, as well as Tyrannozors. So, Dehaka starts out as a small unit, so in the essence of fairness to the other massive ground units, I will only count Dehaka's kills when he turns massive. So I'll have to watch his tag and his kill counter. I think he turns massive at level 6. So all of his kills and damage before level 6 will not count, but all the damage afterwards will. So starting with 19 gas and 21 barracks, I deep tunnel here, and since he doesn't actually have kills that count yet, I wanna get more kills that won't count. As you can see here, biological and heroic are his tags, not massive. So these rocks that I'm slapping right now are only being slapped right now because I don't want his kills to count just yet. It'll dilute the count for his massive units. And I know he probably doesn't need any window dressing of any sort, but you know, you want to see how high it can get. So we're trying to do it anyway, and I guess it's not fair to him that I do all the window dressing possible for the other commanders, but not for him, so I'll make it even for everyone. And by even, I mean Dehaka's absolutely taking this one, just so you guys know. Because pretty much all his units that I will make in this game are ground massive, including his top bars and his hero at some point. 2 Zerglings will help burst down these rocks, and I know I didn't need to make them, but it's something I like doing in the first part. Besides, they add up sufficiently. They will allow me to burst down these rocks, so I might as well, you know? Gas is being harvested, and +1 attack is being started. So I want to get those upgrades nice and fast. We have a drone heading down to make itself a hive. Dehaka jumps this rock. He just slaps it with his feet, apparently. And then when this thing goes down, this Primal Warden will deep tunnel over here to give myself a launching pad for my Tyrannozors. So now that Glevig's den is done, I'll send this worker here to start Mervar's den. Only a few seconds of delay, not too bad. So I have to fight this wave because I don't have any other units yet, so these kills will not count toward the total. So these are... how many Zealots am I fighting here? I'll have to count. Well, so far... yeah, that's 1 level. CC is still not massive. There it is. And just cutting these, I had to fight these because otherwise they will shoot the main objective. Just whack this thing. Alright. 11 kills so far. I also sacrificed this Ravensar over here, but I don't want it stealing kills from my Tyrannozors. So that was absolutely intentional. In fact, I just right-clicked it, because you can see. Attack wave on the way. So how many are these? These are 6 zealots.
Don't let them do that.
Just walk around until Glev. I'm just stalling. I'm basically stalling until Glevig is available. Here's Glevig. You can say just running the Dehaka away and then running these guys away, these small guys. These probably will count, but you know, I'm just being a little bit stricter for the Dehaka because he's so good. Anyway, how many kills does the Dehaka have? He has 11 kills. I'll take that out of his kill total. Also subtract 3 for the rocks. Or, you know, I'll actually do the math on that later on. Yeah, delete that. Fire thing. To make those guys not a thing, I'll use the Dehaka as bait. And then set those guys on fire. As soon as the cooldown goes away. Just get that. And then Mervar. I ate another unit called the Sentry to make Mervar a locust spreader. You can see how many locusts are popping out of Mervar because of that ability. And this upgrade will soon finish. That will allow Mervar to shoot up. And when it does, you can see these Void Rays will not stand a chance whatsoever. They will get demolished. And that's it. You can see at 12 kills, the Dehaka officially becomes a massive hit. So let's take a mental note of that. 12 kills. So we'll subtract that from his kill total later on. You can absolutely deal as much damage as he wants now. I think those are 12 Zealots. I don't think I killed anything other than Zealots. So just take the health of a Zealot and then just subtract that from his total damage output. Which is, spoiler alert, is really high at the end of the game. So Mervar will not make it all the way to the other side, so I just spawn the Flying Locust here. Just smash that into the attack wave, or to the little camp here, which will make my push later on a bit easier. So now Dehaka can absolutely smash this incoming attack wave, because he's now massive and he will not dilute the kill and damage output. Smash that. That. So Zealot has 150 health starting, so 11 of that is 1650. And 1 sentry. You can see the Krun is also a massive unit, and that will absolutely tear through these guys. Let me see if I can find a sentry. I believe it's over here. There is one over here. Yeah. So the sentry has 80 health, so 1650 plus 80 is 1730. So I subtract 1730 from Dehaka's damage total to get the one that he dealt when he was massive. So delete those. You can see that whenever Dehaka devours a unit, he gives buffs to his friendlies. So all I do is walk up here and eat a High Templar that will release a magic fart, which deals splash damage to pretty much everything in sight. Well, not everything in sight, but everything in a close range. Eat that Observer, because why not? Observers don't count toward full clear, but you know, it's fun to really super clean the map. So again, I just eat a psionic unit, aka that High Templar. Protoss psionic units include the Sentries, High Templar, Warp Prisms, Dark Templar, Oracles, and the Mothership. We'll just eat this Sentry. Well, not quite. But yes, each unit type gives a different buff toward my units. For example, eating that Immortal will make my Tyrannozors deal more damage to armored units. It's pretty great. And that Sentry right there will lower all my cooldowns. So it's actually a fantastic deal. And that Zealot will make my units move faster. Marching into here. Deleting all these things. I'll use a worm there just to give vision. Otherwise, I'll send all these units back. so that Mervar, or rather Glevig, can do everything pretty much on his own. Because he can. Delete those things. Just clown Amon around because we can. This Reaver is massive, so that will give me the shoot back ability once I eat it. Glevig out here, deleting that Oracle. And this base. Eat that. Check out all these buffs that Dehaka has. It's pretty great. 3-3 by the way is on the way. Kinda miss on this one. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it's fine. I have army now. Once again, just eat that High Templar. For those of you who don't really play Dehaka that often, eating Psionicus is pretty much the best way to play as Dehaka. Because of the magic fart. Which deals tremendous damage to everything that Amon owns. Eat that High Templar, delete that wave. Eat that Stalker to give myself. Look at that buff. Look at that buff list. Look at that insane buff list. My goodness. It's crazy how much these things do. Tyrannozors at 2 all upgrades. It's great. So now we're just waiting for the next attack wave. Walking up north, Dehaka will casually walk up and make it not a thing by eating that High Templar. Now, I have a bit of free time. The next one will be a 1420, and I know where it is, so I can just park Dehaka here and send the rest of my units up north to clean out the area. So I can eat that High Templar, make the wave not a thing. Oh, there's a lot. Freeze a lot. Nice. So yeah, these Tyrannozors cleaning house. Meanwhile, by the way, these are drones. I fed drones to the enemy to free up more supply for Tyrannozors because I can. Just delete all these dudes. Meanwhile, my army's up here fighting defenseless buildings because that's how the Zerg roll. Now, the next wave will come at 15 minutes 30 seconds, which leaves me time to attack up here. Because this is where the enemy spawns anyway, I might as well go in that direction. And like Artana says, meet them head on. Eat that High Templar. Another High Templar to give Mervar the Locust printing ability. Eat that Colossus to give my use to shoot back. You can see everything every time that they get hit, they shoot back at the enemy, which is amazing. Let's just look at that. Oh, look at that printer. Smash that, eat that, and then use the Krun. I even used a little bit of that disabling cloud from Mervar, just to really hammer down the point of how useless it is for Amon to even do anything. Eat that probe for good measure. An observer to increase the speed and the range because it's an air unit and a light unit. Eat that Colossus to give my use to shoot back. And just this is actually a thrashing already. My goodness. I'm just attack moving here, by the way. I'm not targeting anything. I'm not prioritizing. I'm not routing optimally. I'm just attack moving into the full clear. The Krun out here, just charging into the enemy fight. Devour something. I believe it's on cooldown. Oh, there it is. Now I devoured the big hybrid, which also destroys the mothership. This Tyrannosaur nearly died. My goodness. That might have put a dent in Dehaka's otherwise close to perfect run. And down goes the bonus, and full clear has been secured. So I found that if you have 6 Tyrannozors camped in the spot where the enemies spawn, the enemies don't actually get to do anything. They just spawn, then they die, especially if the enemy's Protoss. So I'll put a bunch of Tyrannozors in one spot where enemy spawns. I'll have Dehaka in a spot where more enemies spawn, and I'll have these bunkers just guarding the spot where if the enemy spawn here, I can just summon a top bar and make that wave not a thing. Tyrannozor just casually strolling up here. for those cool spikes. First wave, as it turns out, will spawn from here. That's a whole bunch of Zealots. Would be nice if Dehaka had Fire Breath, but yeah, it's fine. It is fine. I'll just make them not a thing. Just smash them with Dehaka's fat butt. And eat. Just keep eating. Just delete those stingus. Oh, wave is here. So all I have to do is eat a High Templar, stomp on the rest, and that's clean. They just slap those down. Wow, they tried blinking. Little do they realize they're doing Amon a disservice by making themselves red targets, which will just make Dehaka prefer eating them, because the cooldown of Devour is based on how much health remains. So Glevig's here, just intercepting that wave. Try not to get this guy any kills. And smash all these guys. Very clean. So far Glevig is just chilling out here. Another wave, so that's another Fire Breath. Just making all these guys not a thing. My goodness. Dehaka took, or rather, Glevig took one point of damage on that. That's kind of embarrassing.
Man, the race is on. Which bot will make it back to me first?
So right now, I'm fully upgraded. I'm just getting the last few Tyrannozor upgrades. By the way, you should also get these Tyrannozor upgrades from this building over here. So just casually walk over here, eat a High Templar, and make the rest of them not a thing. Alright. And now we're gonna have the attack wave. 2120 or something? 2115, close enough. Dehaka's out, he eats an Archon, which is massive, and Psionic, which so that all these guys will have the shoot back and lower cooldowns, so that's pretty awesome. That's the fourth set of hybrids, or fourth set of bots done. All we have to do now is wait for the last set, which will be around here-ish. You can see these three geysers just waiting to be harvested. So the spawn points are here, 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 and here. So I want you guys to pay attention to something, because I actually don't even notice the attack wave spawning anymore because they get deleted so fast. So what I want you guys to see is that there's a few globs of essence here, 4 pieces, and on this side there's no essence at all, and in this corner there's no essence at all. And later on we might miss some of the enemies spawning, so we'll have no evidence that anything was ever there other than the fact that there are a few pieces of essence lying around, which means they spawned and the Tyrannozors absolutely made them not a thing without me even noticing. So let's watch that. Yeah, it's, I would say, trivial for Dehaka. I think I might even free up some supply by manually destroying my own workers. Yeah, currently I'm short 2 supply, so I kind of murder my own drone over here. That is inhumane for the drones, but it is for the greater good, so that I can spawn an extra Tyrannozor.
These are the last of the geysers. The last
there it is.
Of their kind, all alone in the depths of space.
So what was it again? 1650 plus 80, 1730. So I subtract 1780 from Dehaka's incredible damage later on. I think it was 85k, something like that, something crazy like that. 85k. I think I forgot to screenshot it though, so that might be annoying later on to compute. Let's estimate around 1720 or 1730. Divide by 85k. That's around the damage I have to take away from Dehaka. Also, minus 3 kills here for the rocks.
I think the bots are telling me they're rolling out, but I could be wrong. They've lied to me before.
I really like this map. It's really long, and that's unfortunate because most players just want to wait for it to end, but just... I like how green this map is. It's so full of vegetation, so vibrant. and so cool. Okay, let's see if enemies start spawning here. Oh, yeah, something spawned there. It is instantly deleted. So you can see there's definitely evidence of biomass there. Okay, now we're waiting for some more things to spawn. This one, I just walk in the center and eat a High Templar, delete that wave. Now we're waiting for some more things to spawn. When I was playing this game, my camera was just focused on Dehaka, so I can't really tell what other stuff were spawning over here and just getting instantly killed. So now I have the freedom to move my camera around and I can actually see where and when the waves spawn. You just look around these spawning areas, see where the enemy might be spawning. Okay, there's an attack wave here. I just walk to the center of that and eat a Head Templar, make that wave not a thing. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more waves here, because I remember seeing a glob of essence around this area after the game. That was perfect. That was picture perfect. They just spawned and they didn't even finish spawning. They were warping in. They were killed as they were warping in. My goodness, that was a massacre. Yeah, 6 Tyrannozors just standing in the spawning area. Just deletes the wave before it even finishes spawning. Poor Amon, or specifically poor Amon's army. Walk to the center, eat a Head Templar, and then walk back, eat an Archon. Finish them off. Archons are also psionic units and massive, but they do have a ton of health, so you wanna just use all my top bars because I can. Did any of these guys get any kills? I don't believe so. Yeah, zeros and all those guys. Oh, something spawned here, I think, and it was just instantly deleted. I think so. Yeah, I think something spawned here and just died before it even did anything. It's kind of funny. Anyway. Any more waves? I believe that's it, guys. I just moved Glevig here to finish off these rocks. Okay, that was the last one. So now I'm just collecting essence from these spots where my Tyrannozors. Look at that. Look how much essence that is. I'm pretty sure there was a wave that spawned here and just instantly got deleted, like it was nothing. Look how much biomass there, or essence there is here. There is definitely at least one wave that spawned here. It was just vaporized almost instantly off my Tyrannozor army. My goodness. Cool.
I can finally finish this research and get off this
Very calm game for Dehaka.
I'm sorry.
Nothing much going on aside from me stomping Amon's face to the ground. Okay, unfortunately I wasn't able to get a screenshot of the massive box here, but I do remember it being around somewhere around 85k, so let's put that in. Right, here we are once again with the stats. That damage wise, so Dehaka had 35.9%. So that's actually, if you look at every single thing here, almost every piece of damage was done by a massive unit. The only things that were massive were the things that were spawned out of massive units. So anyway, that's 100%. Subtract. What portion of 35.9% was that? So that's 1730 over 85k. Multiply it by 35.9%. 99.3. So Dehaka did 0.7% of his damage early game. My goodness, that was insane. I believe I should also subtract the first 3 rocks that fell. The first 3 rocks fell to Zerglings and I believe the Primal Warden. So 245. Rather, what was that? 2,000. Yeah, 2,000 for the main rocks, 1,000 each for the side rocks. That's 4k. Divided by 245.443. So it's now 97.6. That is absurd. Not even wait. I don't think Vorzuns counted that. I don't think Vorzuns counted those rocks. If Vorzun doesn't count the rocks, then I shouldn't count these either. It's only fair. Alright, 99.3 it is. Of course, full map cleared, all bots saved. Bot damage is 0 because the Hawk is awesome. And now let's move on to the kills. Everything was killed by massive units except those 11 units and the 3 rocks. So that's 100%. Subtract the 11 units, 12 units, 12 divided by 444. 97.3% were killed by massive units. Survivability, nothing died. These things just despawned. It's only fair that I count 100% survival. So now we're at 9.89%. So I think Dehaka as it stands only needs like 10%. No, not 10%, 20%. 23%. 24%. 25%. There we go. Dehaka only needs 26% of you guys to like him to overtake Abathur in the polls. Man, Dehaka and Abathur. What an incredible team. But yes. So, do you guys like Dehaka's massive units compared to other ground massive units? Let me know in the poll that will go up tomorrow, and I will see you guys next time.